Hello, it is Wednesday here in the United Kingdom and I am Loop Heroing. I thought I would show off some more of the game. I did a little stream of this the other day and I didn't get too far into it. I've now played a little bit more and I'm ready to play even more tonight, so I thought I would stream a bit for your viewing pleasure and to upload to YouTube as well. So I'm going to get going because there's probably a lot to say, but there's also loops to start. So I've built a few more things here. Since the last video, I built farm, refuge, cemetery, and a gymnasium, which is key because that unlocked the village card, and I'll talk about the village card more in a second. And yeah, I think we should probably start an expedition. I also beat the first boss, this skeleton-looking dude. I beat him off stream with the warrior, and I've also unlocked the rogue class now, who I've not really played very much, but I'm going to stick with the warrior for the time being. My deck is still pretty small, there's not a huge amount here. You'll see that I've brought in the village card, which I will talk about more when we start doing it, but I really like that, and the wheat field is kind of like a village adjacent card, and it will be played next to a village. Let's start a loop, shall we? Let's do chapter 2, which means the enemies are all stronger and drop more resources. We'll stick with the warrior and the loop will begin. So first thing we want to do, as always, is put our first items on. I've also upgraded my potions now so I can have up to 5 of them, which is handy. And I'm playing on the double speed here. I mean, double speed's still pretty slow. It's not exactly going to blow your mind in terms of how fast it is, but it's significantly faster. So that's not as good. That is better. And that is better. Okay, I'm starting to get some cards here. So these are cemetery cards. Let's just put those straight in the mix. I quite like cemetery cards. Skeletons give you a high chance of getting magic items. And there's also the resources that you get, which now, for me, includes these memory fragments. I get those from cemeteries now as well, thanks to one of my upgrades. I'll pause after this, and I'll just show you what I've been doing. I don't know if this is right, I don't know if this is the way you're supposed to play the game, but I've been doing a thing with my rocks and meadows, where I've been sort of creating these vertical stripes, just to basically maximise the meadow blooming. And then the village is really cool. So the village, you can see, heals 20 HP upon entering, but also gives you a quest. And you'll notice that I now have this bar here, which is my experience points. And you get experience points just for doing loops generally, but you get more for doing quests. And the quest just highlights a random enemy on the loop, and when you kill them, you get a bonus. So I like the village cards a lot because they heal you and they make you better. When you level up, you can actually pick traits as well, like abilities. So we are definitely going to put in a little village. Or should I do this? Well, let's tell you what. Let's do the first loop with it as it is, and then I'll tell you about the way that vampires can interact with that. Got the meadow, which we will put here. So wheat fields only go next to villages, and they spawn scarecrows, but they also increase the amount of HP that the village grants you. So if I walk through it once, new quest, you can see this one's been highlighted. That's now going to be my quest monster for this village, and when I kill him, my XP is going to go up significantly. But for a bit of fun, let's put a vampire mansion on our village and just see what happens. I know what happens, but you'll get to see what happens. Let's put him there. Straight away, quest failed. And you can now see this village has turned into a ransacked village. So the farmers couldn't fight off the hungry vampire, and now there's going to be lots of bad guys there. And you'd think that would be a bad thing, and it is a bad thing, at least in the initial stages. But if you can survive long enough, you can turn it around. Put our mountain in and keep going. I've not seen the second boss yet. I've not managed to get to it. I've found this second chapter quite difficult so far. You'll also notice, I'm not sure if this is the right thing to do, I'm also not spawning the harpy by making a fixed block of 9 mountains. Don't think I've really suffered from not having the harpy around so far. Seems to be working out for me okay. Okay, got another village, so let's put another village in and we can hopefully get a quest we can actually complete rather than a village that gets immediately destroyed by vampires. Ooh, that is definitely better than what we've got now. More rocks. I'll put the grove down as well in a second because I do actually want to collect wood at the minute. That's one of my focuses. So let's make a little grove corner, shall we? Let's do a little grove row down here. Get some slimes. We can put another village in, and you'll see the other effect of villages here. A bandit camp. For every 2 villages, you're going to get attacked by bandits as well. I do now have a quest, which is good. I'm just going to pause after this battle, if I can, if I survive it. You see vampires now spawn these bats. A lot of the enemies have like upgraded abilities in Chapter 2, which makes things a lot more difficult, to be honest. What do I want to do here? I want to create a treasury that I can surround easily with meadows. I want to create a battlefield next to my camp, I think, but maybe there rather than covering the ghoul vampire place. Some wheat fields, so we can put that down and you make a village snake, which is what I quite like doing. You basically just alternate wheat and village, and doing so just basically gives you quite a lot of health in that latter stage. We've got some items here, so let's equip some of those. That's interesting. See, this shield is a lower level, and it is just weaker generally in terms of defense, but I actually think I value having the regen. So this monster here, this ghoul, is my quest goal, so he's going to give me bonuses when I defeat him. If I defeat him. Do I just want the HP or do I want the bonuses? Let's leave that how that is for the time being. Okay, we've leveled up, which means we'll do a little pause right here, and first I'm going to put these mountains down. That's on my hand. That's created a goblin camp, which happens when you put down lots of rocks and mountains, but that's okay. I'm going to use my Oblivion card to get rid of these bandits up here and just try and keep this a bit cleaner. It'll have the skeletons. But I've unlocked an ability, so I can choose a trait. These are random, picked from a table. 10% chance to keep the card after placing its tile. First attack has 75% chance to stun. Or supplies. So I like supplies, because you leave 10% of your findings in the camp when passing through the campfire. Like, I think that encourages you to play offensively, because you know that at least some of your resources are getting backed up. So let's go with that. I'll keep going. Finish us out to be a mimic. Chrono crystals are interesting. I'm not even sure that I'm getting these right, but what they do, I'll pause it so you can see them. So they're only able, they double the effect of a day's passing on adjacent tiles. So I think that the best place to put these is either near a treasury, if it's close enough, but you can't put it that close here, or near a battlefield, because the battlefields have the ability of spawning the treasure chests, and I think you can get double stuff out of the treasure chests basically. So I'm going to put my chrono crystal right there. We've got some mountains to put, or some meadows to put down here rather. So we'll start encircling our treasury, and we can probably obliviate this goblin camp. I don't really want that there for the time being. Just keeping things simple. I just want to build up some abilities before I take on anything too challenging. Cemetery can go in though, I'm happy with that. And we can put another wheat field in to increase our... So this village now heals me for 60 HP, which is pretty nice. You see I'm gathering some resources. So with the vampire village, what we're aiming for is to get to a position where the 3 loops have been completed since the vampire took that village over. What you'll see when that happens is something positive, basically. If you take on the challenge of the vampire village and survive, I've got to accept that. It's better, isn't it? So it's that. So it's that. Kill that goblin. Very loud car outside my house. Oh, let's take this room. Nice. So we've got ourselves another treasury, which is good. We can put that. See, it's interesting because it's not, I can't completely surround it with meadows there because the meadow will be too close to the edge. But I'll put it there anyway. I think a benefit will be worth it. Kill some jellies. This is a quest jelly as well, so nice little bonus coming my way for completing the quest. Because I've not seen the second boss yet, I don't really know what the vibe is in terms of what I should be focusing on stat-wise. Like I know the first boss like ignores defense completely, so you just shouldn't even bother with defense against him. You just want to get your attack speed and vampirism and regen up, which is how I beat him. This might be a very different proposition. Let's start a stripe over here. It's going okay. I'm feeling good about this loop. But I always feel that way until bad stuff starts happening. Defeat this vampire and the ghouls. Ourselves another battlefield, so what I might try and do is see if I can get that in range of the chrono crystal and the camp. So one of the things somebody on the internet told me, and I don't know if this is true, but the first boss has these buildings he spawns around himself, and apparently if you fill in those spaces before you fight him, or before he spawns, he just won't spawn those buildings, and he's weaker as a result. So I wonder if I should be doing that as well at the same kind of time, like these kind of squares around here. So, for example, if I was to put this one right here, that would be pretty effective. But I think I'm going to leave it. I don't want to spawn blood clots in amongst this other stuff right now. If there's blood clots in with those ghouls, that would be problematic. So maybe what we'll do is we'll put it down here instead, and we'll just get the 2 chests back to back. Some more of these rocks. I'm not getting many cards. Luck of the draw. Ooh, that's better in every way. Nice. Okay. Can fill in some more treasury. Get some more grove in. Get some more wood out of this. I haven't got it in my deck at the minute, but I found an interesting strategy with the vampires on a swamp card. So what the vampire does is actually, whenever you fight something within its radius, it spawns a vampire alongside the creatures that are there, but also every creature in that area gets vampirism, 10% vampirism. And swamps have this weird effect where anything that usually would heal you actually hurts you. So it's actually beneficial to put vampire houses next to swamps, because anything that spawns in the swamp or that you fight in the swamp ends up hurting itself, which is quite an interesting little twist on the concept. Let's keep going, I think. Put some more grove in. The other thing I've seen people saying is they like putting blood groves near the where the boss spawns, because blood grove kills things if they get too low health. Can't ignore that. That's not good. Get that in there. Ooh, okay, we leveled up, which means we get to pick another trait. Fingers crossed for a good one. Rocks in there, meadow in there. Okay. Double damage for the next attack. Get a new set of traits, or perform a counter attack during an evade. I think I want to see some more. Okay, that's interesting. I'm going to take this one to the survivalist because I do quite like having regen as a stat. I haven't got a great amount of it so far, but if I can find some items that do good regen, like that one, that'll make a big difference. So I've got more wheat fields than I can really place at the minute, because I think you can only put those directly next to villages. Road lantern. Okay, so here's something that I could definitely put here, and that would block off one of the campsites squares. So let's do that. Tell you what we should do. We should put the vampire mansion here to fill that square. Take the resources. The vampire mansion next to nothing is not actually that much of a big deal. It doesn't really do anything unless there's an enemy there. So we'll have to deal with blobs maybe, but nothing major. Yeah, die, skeleton. Spawning his bats. The ghouls have an interesting characteristic in the second chapter here, where if something else dies around them, yeah, they do. He just did it there. They can like eat the corpse of a peer and regain some health. Gross. Okay. We have a real imbalance of rock versus meadow here. That's probably better. Is there a way I can... I kind of want to cover this new one without doing too much of a mischief to myself. So yeah, the goblin camp's going to get done twice by that, but maybe I can destroy the goblin camp if I get an oblivion, so let's go for that. Quest complete. Oh, and I can show you what's happened with our village. So, because we survived for long enough, the village has become the Count's Lands card. So it's thriving under the vampire's protection, and it gives you 140 HP, which I think is actually increased by these wheat fields. But it also gives you a quest with a better reward. So getting that in early is actually a pretty good idea, now that we've managed to get past it. Take care of that. And just block off another square next to our campfire. I read a good tip, which was that the beacon, which slows or which speeds people up, doesn't apply to bosses. So if you have a beacon, you should put it there. But I don't think I've got a beacon in my deck right now. Yeah, so many mountains and just not enough meadows. Or villages, for that matter. It's ridiculous. How many mountains do you want? Another village, which is better, which means we can build this out a bit. Use Oblivion on the bandit camp to keep things nice and simple. Yeah, we can probably just put this road lantern somewhere else now. Somewhere where we want to try and keep enemy numbers down, maybe? So perhaps down here? You're still very much at the mercy of like the RNG, like the random elements. But you can strategize. Oh. No, that's worse. I feel like the randomness is working against me here a lot because with those meadow cards, especially these blooming ones, I'd just be able to, I guess, increase my health a lot, which make me more confident. Don't any of those. Don't really have a need for the chrono crystals either, unless it does stuff. No, I don't think any of that. It's all when you enter, rather than being like a daily thing that you would want to increase. Ugh, I hate blood clots. Well, I can't ignore that. That's a pretty significant increase. The village snake continues. Hooray! Treasure. I'm going to take that just because I'm trying to be very regen focused. A lot of rat wolves down here. Getting pretty low on health. I don't want to think about ending the loop soon. That's a lot of regen. Let's just take that. Man, they're hitting so hard. Skeleton dudes are messing me up. I feel like I'm going to be dead pretty soon. Oh, but I live to fight another day. Okay. Let's just... I mean, we're not going to anywhere near enough meadows to fill this stuff in, so let's just start making more adjacent. See, the village heals me a lot, which is really beneficial. Go away, vampire. That's not as good. I mean, we are at the potential end of the loop. Tell you what, let's back away. Keep all my stuff. I think that's the right thing to do. Let's build something. Unlocks the Storm Temple card and unlocks the Arsenal Golden card. Well, that sounds good to me, so in it goes. Nice. Pretty sure I would have just spent all my resources on that smelter, so I won't be able to upgrade any of these things. I'm not a million miles away from that. That would be useful as well. What's that I'm missing? One of these. Orb of Expansion. Okay, we'll keep an eye out for that. Let's do another expedition, and let's tell you what, let's show off the rogue class, because the rogue class is slightly different. And let's have a look at what's in here. Storm Temple. Strikes 2 random targets in its range with lightning every 5 seconds. Lightning cannot be evaded. Effects of multiple temples can stack. That's interesting. Let's take it out for a spin, shall we? And let's say... You know what, let's do a risky no Oblivion run. So whatever happens, happens. No takebacks. And let's see how this Storm Temple really works. And we're going to close the Rogue. So straight off the bat, the Rogue has this kind of slightly different mechanic where you have 2 weapons rather than 1. I actually find that quite difficult to keep track of, and you can't use shields at all. The other thing it has is you, rather than getting items from enemies directly, most of them drop things into this bag, and then you only get those when you pass camp. So you don't get much stuff mid-loop, basically. And there's me with my 2 little weapons. So let's first of all just start dropping some cards. So you can see I've got a 1 next to this already, so that's 1 item that I've already got. Little village, which I will put down because I would like to get some quests and see what some of the rogue's traits are. A meadow. Another meadow. I might get all the meadows this time. One man went to mow a meadow because he's got bloody hundreds of them. So what you'll see happen here as I get back to camp is I will experience a do a little cemetery run up there. Everything comes out of my bag at once. So what we'll do is we'll enter planning after this fight, and we'll take a little look at that stuff. Closer detail. Boom. Okay. So yeah, you have to kind of go through everything at once. So got a couple of level 2 items here, and I can have both of them. So why not? Just yeah, it becomes more to manage. I can put some boots on. That's definitely the best armor there. So yeah, I think that's right. I think I've done the right thing. So yeah, slightly different gameplay loop to have to wait to equip items like that. You don't really get anything mid-loop other than the cards. Some people will be a fan of that, I think. Let's do a little grove over here. It would be cool to get that Orb of Expansion that I need to upgrade the campfire, but I actually don't know how to get an Orb of Expansion. It just happens sometimes. All the meadows. Here comes our next bonanza. Cool. I think that's everything. Oh, without the Oblivion cards, I'm going to have to put up with those bandits. Hopefully we'll get to see that, the Storm Temple. Going to try and keep the bandits and scarecrows to a minimum with the road lanterns, if we can. Oh, my weapon's gone. I don't want that. Why did that happen? Did the bandits steal it? Just see another bandit and see what their abilities are. Loads of stuff. Ooh, Qatar. It's definitely better than that. Quite a high critical damage chance here. Do I want that? Do I want less health but a better chance of doing critical damage? Let's see how it goes. Should hopefully get ourselves a trait soon. I'm actually not really familiar with the rogue's traits. I believe they're different to the warrior's ones. When we fight this bandit, remind me to have a look at his abilities. Well, it's right now. 5% chance to destroy a hero's item when attacking. Ugh, that sucks. So much at once. It's a bit overwhelming. We'll go with that. To me, I'm not sure I dig the rogue class. I feel like I'm spending more time just like the horse, just reading lots of items at once. I'd rather just deal with them as they come. It's got like NFL vibes, you know? You have to like do something and then all of a sudden you've got to sit back and think for a while. I think putting the crystals next to the treasury should mean that we can get better stuff from it. I think. Not really sure if that is how treasuries and chrono crystals work together. But let's find out. Okay, we've leveled up. So straight in, let's get ourselves wheat fielded up, and let's look at our traits. Max HP is increased by 1 for each received treasure, and supplies 1, which I do like. But I've never used this one, so let's try that. In theory, if people drop a lot of items, I would be gaining quite a lot of health from that. It's destroyed my items. Oh, that's so annoying. I don't have anything to replace it with at the minute. Oh, yes, I do. 372, 390. That's better. Bunch of new stuff. Okay, up to 466. That's better. I do like increasing my attack speed. Neither of those two are going to cut out. Unless I went just for attack speed, but sacrificing over 100 HP for it doesn't feel like a sensible thing to do. We'll sacrifice a bit and get some attack speed. Oh, we got a storm temple. Oh, hello. Okay. So yeah, if I put it here, there's going to be like 4 potential areas, or 5 even, with that wheat field and the bandit camp. Interesting. Okay, I'm liking this as a concept. I wonder if it strikes me as well, if it just strikes them. I guess we're about to find out. It strikes me as well. That doesn't seem that useful then. Like, it's 2 random targets, so it might not always be me. What I'm tempted to do is I'm tempted to put a vampire mansion in range of this village and see if the amount of bad guys, like the amount of ghouls that would spawn, whether that would make the lightning more effective. Should we do that? Or maybe it doesn't work if it's not exactly on the village and the bandit camp's in the way. Interesting. I mean, in this way, I'm not going to survive much longer anyway. I was really hoping to get an orb of expansion, but I'm not really sure how. Because I could use the Health. Alright, let's get back to our village, and remember this bandit is sneaky and he breaks my weapons. Oh, bit of lightning. Don't kill me! Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die! Oh, so close. I'm not gonna make it back to camp, am I? Unless any of these things are gonna give me awesome regen. Doesn't look like it. Damn. Well, this scarecrow is going to have the pleasure of killing me, I believe, so let's just watch it happen. Oh, actually... Oh no, too late, I'm dead. Too late. That's a rough break. Really rough break. So yeah, I mean, that's the rogue class. I'm not really sure if I dig it. I feel like I'm not about that life. Yeah, I didn't get the orb of expansion, which I wanted. Maybe let's do one more loop and see if I can get an orb of expansion, because I really want to upgrade my health. Let's have a quick look at the build, make sure there's nothing here that I should be building that I can. Doesn't look like it. Well, I could build a supply depot if I got a bunch more stable metal. Interesting. What would that get me? All sorts of things. Okay. Also, feel like we didn't get to see the Storm Temple card in action. You know, like it did a bit. But I want more. However, what I could do without is let's leave the treasury because that's probably useful for getting the resources. I could do without vampires. I could do with having the Oblivion back. Play as the warrior again. More classic class, classic style, vanilla loop hero. Throw my items on and the loop is underway. Let's stab some jelly. Yeah, Storm Temple. What I need to do is place this carefully so that I can, like, position stuff around it. So if I did it here, I'd be able to have the two spaces at the top and one at the bottom. That would be two at the bottom, one at the top. Yeah, it's kind of much for muchness, isn't it? Let's go for there. And let's build ourselves a meadow. See, now, when I'm placing things, I have to think about where they go. So I reckon starting a grove up here is probably going to be a good shout, because there's going to be lightning there. And it stacks as well, you know, so I could do like... Oh, I could put it there! I could have the whole row at the bottom. And double up at the top. Let's get our storm on. Let's just do that to reduce the amount of enemies that are going to be in that area. And the grove up there. What I want to do is I want to make my snaking village here, which will feature some scarecrows and bandits. And then I'll probably do the cemetery on the other side, as and when I get some cemetery cards. But for now, let's keep the loop going. You know, I'm going to have to Google after this. I'm going to have to be like Storm Temple strategies. So I feel like there's got to be stuff I can do with that. I just don't know what it is yet. See, it zapped me and him. If there was more of us in the area, there'd be less chance of me getting zapped. Alright, we can start making our wheaty area. I think this time I will go for the mountain peak. I wonder if there's a way to get an orb expansion from Mountain Peak. It feels like mountains are pretty big, right? Some wood. I almost don't want the road lanterns because if I want more things to spawn so that I get a better chance of doing more lightning damage, it would just be better for me if there were more things there. Guess that's the trade-off you gotta make. Quest complete. Wow, that did a lot of damage to him. Loop's gone okay so far. So I wanted to build a little cemetery down here, didn't I? Give myself the mountain peak. Oh, here's a little pro tip. Pro gamer move. You can destroy part of your mountain peak and make it again. And you get the bonus again. Isn't that neat? We should try and put this somewhere sensible. Definitely have that equipped. Ooh. Okay. Got ourselves some meadows. Put this one here. We need to start building. I think that was a mistake. I think creating that bigger blood path is going to spawn a lot of blood clots. Which I might regret. Ooh. Doesn't look quite as good. And if I get some Oblivion cards, I might want to Oblivion some of these blood paths down here. All I'm getting is Chrono Crystals. I like the sound of that. Blood clots. Hello. Get that equipped. So I've got this little bar of my health now. That was the trait that I just unlocked, and that's pretty helpful. That was good lightning. There's our bandit camp. push the goblins to a more manageable level. Can't make this blood path much worse, so I think I'm going to go down the extra battlefield. Benefit from the chest. Give me all the quests. Oh, look at all these blood clots! Oh no! Oh, this is not going to go well. No, blood clots, stop destroying me. I think they might actually kill me. Can we use the Storm Temple to make this easier? Maybe. More meadows in that at least give us a bit more protection. Putting one there covers us against these blood clots a bit, but also covers the bandits here as well, which I think is a good thing. Still not sure we're going to beat them though. Let's see how we get on. At least the treasure chests aren't mimics, that's a good start. Yes, good lightning. Great lightning. Yes. Yes. Okay, that really worked out in our favour. I'm going to equip that. So, not as good, not as good, not as good, not as good, not as good. Boom. Okay. Still no sign of the boss. And still no sign of the Orb of Expansion that I want. I wonder which one of these. Orb of Evolution, that's that one. Orb of Afterlife. Ah! Orb of Expansion, I've got one! So I should try not to die. As usual. Oh man, it's better. Taking a lot of damage. So I think I need to try and reduce the amount of enemies that I'm facing. I'm not sure it's going to be enough though. There's a lot of rat wolves here. What would I get if I retreated right now? I'd keep the Orb Expansion. Beat this guy first. We can take this guy. We could take that guy. It's too much. It's too much. I'll have to walk away. It's the right thing to do. And let's upgrade. Awesome. Still a few things away from the other things that we need. But I think that'll do it for today. Thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed it. If you know how to play this game, write some tips in the comments for me so that I get better. And yeah, I'll keep playing. I will hopefully make some more progress and I'll be back with you on a future stream. Bye!